Welcome to another segment of Carl Briggs 73 Live, Street Psychology 101. Tonight's topic, folks, is where am I at in my growth, right? Where am I at in this life, right? And I want to reach out to some of the youngsters and some of the peers in these ghetto areas in South Central about education, right? Um, Especially the blacks inside of these areas, their children are most, not all, are far behind, right? When we talk about far behind, and it's basically resources. Also, it's a little bit of home training as well. We need to get proactive in that. And if you are a parent that you don't have not furthered your education, I suggest you do. I'm 47, and I didn't get my GED until I was 40. Okay, and I went into that with a third grade grade point level, right, a reading level, and I boosted that up to a collegiate, right, which was a 97 percentile reading uh, score level via GED. Okay, once I got my GED, it opened up a lot of doors for me, right? And the doors that got open for me was I started to qualify for grants, certain grants, things of that nature, right? And it feels really really good when you go out and you fill out an application, and the person you're interviewing with say, "Hey, by the way, do you have a GED or a diploma?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I have GED." He said, "Oh wow, great." So the thing about it is we want to get focused in on getting those things. And one of the things for me was I was afraid, right? I was afraid to tell people that I didn't know something. You know, I didn't know 9 times 9 was 81 or 6 times 6 was 36. That was hard for me. Right? And 15 times 15, 225. You know, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Right? It's imperative that we learn these things so we can teach our children or our sisters or our brothers, right, or our friends for that matter, right? Or let's just say you got a business, right? E40, he said a long time ago, he said, Count Dracula taught me how to count my marbles. He was talking about Sesame Street. Sesame Street, they teach us how to count. And what he was basically saying was, if you can't count, how you gonna know if somebody cheating you? See, I can't be cheated, right? I can't be cheated on my payroll. If I start a business, right? I know percents, right? And so this is the whole thing. Or you get in the field of construction, young men, right? A lot of y'all can make a lot of money getting into that field, but math is imperative. And math, it looks foreign to you, but it's really easy. It's easier than reading, actually, right? And so we want to get into that, right? Let's get back into that, right? And the reason I expressed that to you is because it took me till I was 40 to imagine how much time I had wasted out of fear. It was strictly solely done out of fear, right? The fear of just sitting my tail down, being vulnerable, and allowing somebody to teach me something. Because when you get set in your ways, once you become set in your ways, you don't want nobody telling you nothing, right? Whatever it is you're trying to do, right? I tell guys this all the time in these communities that's down here committing crimes. Why are you committing these crimes when you don't even know the law? Why are you committing the crimes when you don't know all your amendment rights? Why are you committing crimes when you have not went and researched? And I'm not telling you to go commit crime. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you're layman, right? Layman, right? Rudimentary. You don't understand. That means you can't play in that field. And all it takes is just a simple, just going to open something up. And then you say, you know what, I don't know this word. Let me get a dictionary. And then after that, let me ask somebody. And this is where the problem comes in, right? I used to get the book and then I couldn't decipher what it was. And so instead of going to say, hey, man, Can you tell me what this means, or do you have an idea of what this means? I would just plain just leave it alone. And so that left me stagnant. Somewhere down the line, I became vulnerable, right? I became vulnerable to learn things, and then to allow people to teach me, right? Allow people to teach me certain things, right? And once I started to allow people to teach me these things, I started to grow, right? They say, what's the dumbest question? The one not asked, right? The dumbest question is the one that you don't ask, right? So, all right, let's just say, right, you want to know where our address is at. And you're looking for an address. And so you see this white guy, right? Or you see this black guy, or anybody for that matter. And you just the type of person, you don't like to ask nobody nothing. So you drive right past the address 10 times, and then after that you decide, you know what, I can't find the address, so I just leave, right? And so the person calls you like, hey man, I just seen you drive past my house like 5 times. Like, what do you mean? I didn't see the address. I said, no, it was 3 people sitting out there. It was a white guy, black guy, and it was a Latino guy sitting out there. I seen you out the window. Why you just didn't stop and ask somebody? I don't like to ask people nothing. It's politically incorrect. They say, I don't need nobody for nothing. Everybody needs somebody, right? Everybody needs somebody, right? Some people have to go down there and file for GR. So would you get food stamps? But you don't need nobody, right? You might need a ride to the hospital, but you don't need nobody. And then there's this saying, oh, I came in this world alone, right? I came in this world alone. I don't believe that. Because one, there was a woman pushing for you if you're here, first of all. So you had somebody right there. Well, we're going to start right there. Then somebody had to catch you, right? The doctor had to pull you out, right? And then cut the umbilical cord. So I don't understand what they're saying of, I came in this world alone. That's untrue. Stop saying stuff like that, right? Because you heard it from somebody else. And so you repeat these, I'm just going to say it, these dumb repeatings, right? Right? These repeatings that keep us stagnant, right? The most important thing for us to do is educate ourselves, right? Right? Stop following people, especially the government. And here's why. You know absolutely nothing about the Republican Party, nor do you understand anything about the Democratic Party. Because I believe if a lot of us down in these communities really studied the history of the Democratic Party, you'd be ashamed of yourself, right? So this whole segment is about research on your own, right? Autodidactic, right? The rapper X-Rated, he got a song out called Autodidactic, right? It means self-taught, right? Didactic is you went to school, somebody sat in front of you, the traditional way, doctrinate, right? And so you follow these ways and these laws, or you've been in church, but you've never read the Bible. You've never opened the Bible up, or you're Muslim and you've never opened the Quran because you sat in front of somebody and they told you what was inside of the Quran. They told you what was inside of the Bible, right? Or you're sitting up under your homeboys all day and they told you how your life is supposed to go under their act. But you never went and researched these things, right, to see if everything they was telling you was politically correct, right? I have my own doctrine, right? My own thought process, right? Because you can't just come tell me, hey man, a snake around the corner. I'm still going to go investigate. I'm going to investigate, right? So this segment is about picking up some books, go investigate. It is imperative that we investigate. It is imperative that we gain, right? I've gained, right? And I'll have part 2 to this show. Education is key, right? Education is paramount. It's huge, right? Because that's one thing that they can't take from us, right? You earned it, right? Go earn it, right? I know deep down when you're sitting on them corners, you be looking at yourself or sitting on that couch, like, damn, I need to do more. You could be just like your favorite actress or your favorite singer, right? You can do the same thing they did. They not smarter than you. They just got up and just researched. They did the work. They followed the proper paperwork, right? If you want a business, why sit there when they got internet? You have to go file it, right? Okay, instead of going to buy that $10 pack of Newports, spend $10 to get your song copy written, right? And so with that said, tonight's segment is about opening up books, and that education is paramount. Thank you for tuning in. To my subscribers, thank you. Shout out to my constituents, Dante Jackson. Shout out to Gordon and family, Vicky. How y'all doing? He would just peek in here after I gave him a shout out, right? Yeah, that's Dante Jackson, y'all, right? That's why you kept seeing me flag my hand like that earlier, right? He's here. And anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. As you know, my show is not scripted. It's just another good night, another jewel that I dropped on you. Hopefully, you guys pick up something from these shows. Like I said, if you don't, hey, the ones I can reach, I will, because everybody's not the same.